They're a little light. They're a little bit lighter than the last ones. There's definitely no Elmo doll. And I hate that, like, anyone who will listen to this will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is the Elmo thing? Maybe we'll revisit it. Maybe we'll do, like, a deep dive on that case and see, like, exactly what happened. I don't think that there's very much information available as of right now anyways, because it's kind of an ongoing investigation. In due time, maybe you'll learn what the Elmo thing is. Okay, I really liked this one. And I kind of ended up feeling a bit bad that I liked it as much as I did. Woman charged with sending bee swarm on deputies at eviction. It's exactly what it fucking sounds like.
Like, she, like, weaponized a hive of bees?
She is the king of the fucking bees, and she fucking sent them at these fucking police officers. Like, absolutely. So Massachusetts, a woman released a swarm of bees on sheriff's deputies as they tried to serve an eviction notice, and she's now facing multiple assault and battery charges.
Okay.
She pleaded not guilty. I think it was the week before last, and was released without bail. She and other protesters maintained that they were trying to prevent a wrongful eviction. The homeowner brought evidence of a bankruptcy stay to court the next day, at which point everything should have been stopped, quote. So basically what happened was these deputies turned up and they were met with protesters when they went to the home the morning of October 12th. And the bee woman who lives there arrived in an SUV towing a trailer carrying beehives and started shaking them, breaking the cover off one and causing hundreds of bees to swarm out and initially sting one deputy, according to the report. I'm sorry. It's like not funny because someone was allergic to bees, like in this. So I'm just gonna.
That's why I'm fucking allergic to bees. So if somebody released bees at me, I'd be fucked.
Yeah, I know, and it's not funny because like that's really dangerous. But like,
I mean, it's not funny. However, it is absolutely absurd, and I do think absurdity is hilarious.
I mean, has that ever happened before? Like, there's definitely people with dogs that set dogs on the cops. There's definitely people that, like, attack just physically, whatever. Like, I'm sure people have even done things that, like, Kevin Malone did and, like, put tacks on the floor and shit. But to set bees, like your bees. Anyway, so she breaks this lid off. Hundreds of bees swarm out, initially sting one deputy. She had her beekeeper suit on to protect herself, but was eventually handcuffed, but not before several more sheriff's department employees were stung, including 3 that were allergic to bees.
Yikes. That's scary.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine. Everybody's fine. Nobody
died. Nothing was fatal.
No, nothing was fatal. I just thought I couldn't believe that. I was like, no, I saw that headline. I was like, no way. Absolutely insane. I'm gonna sick my bees on you. Well, since
that's some like witchcraft right there. That's like some fucking forest witch shit, and I'm here for it.
I want to see someone do it with frogs.
Oh, I don't. Fucking frogs are so gross.
Oh my god, you don't like frogs?
Have you ever like been around a lot of frogs?
I guess no. Maybe I haven't even seen a frog in real life.
I've seen frogs from a distance, and I've heard frogs from an even closer distance, and that shit is scary. That is foul. Like when I lived in Malibu for a summer, there was like this area by like the outdoor mall where it was like behind the mall. There was just like, you could just hear the frogs croaking. And there were so many of them. That sound was jarring, to say the least. It was just unsettling.
Yeah, maybe I've never even heard one. I guess I have no frog experience. Maybe I'm scared of frogs and I just don't even know it yet. I haven't unlocked that fear yet.
Yeah, and then there's I think they're toads, but the ones that have like the little holes on their back where they keep their babies.
Ew, okay.
Those are foul. Yeah.
I can't, I don't really like the holes. I don't really like the holes thing.
Yeah, no, like, Marcus, my husband, he fucking can't. He's got whatever that phobia is called when you see like little holes.
Like Poulsen in American Horror Story, the Klein one, the cult one.
Yes, it's like whatever that phobia is called. I can't remember off the top of my head right now what it's called, but that's a very real one. And it's like, I don't have that phobia myself, but like I get it. I have more like a morbid curiosity about stuff like that, especially when it's like in flesh.
Yeah, I think
And
that's what it is. That's where
Marcus,
my head jumps to. It's like jumps to like a sore or like pus,
yeah,
like all these disgusting
that's
things.
and that's like an evolutionary like trait that we all have. It's kind of the same way that like as a human being you are afraid of rats, spiders, or snakes.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, when it comes to those three, like I can get down with a snake and I don't mind spiders,
Wait.
but I fucking can't. I can't with rats, dude.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. I knew it. Okay. I didn't even know that this was like a scientific fact. I have always had a theory. First off, I have a color theory, a color and shape theory. I'm not going to get into that because it's actual lunacy. It doesn't really, maybe it does make sense. Maybe I'm like low key a genius because I didn't
You're
know.
not high key a genius, but okay.
I didn't know this spider, snake, rat thing was a thing, right? So I've always said, right? I'm rambling because I'm excited because I've been right about this for all this time. I have an actual phobia of spiders. I can't deal with them. I can't look at them. I can't think of, I cannot deal with them at all. It's really bad. If I see one, I'm getting better just because I don't want Wednesday, that's my kid, I don't want her to see me scared of something and then her become scared of it
And
too.
like create a phobia in her.
Exactly. Yeah. But honestly, it feels like my bones turn liquid. I feel like I'm about to have a seizure. I could throw up. Like it's disgusting my reaction when I see a spider. It's
That is
absolutely
so
unnecessary. But
and you're chill
snakes,
with rats and snakes?
I'll kiss a snake. I'll kiss a rat. I love them both. I think they're both so cute. I love them. Oh yeah, I'd stick my tongue in that. I'm just kidding. They're so cute.
You're making me throw up.
No, I
No,
love
they're not.
rats.
Oh my god,
They are.
No.
Yeah.
I actually think spiders are cool.
Okay, well, we're not
Obviously-
talking about that.
Well, well, obviously, like if something is deadly, like Black Widow, Brown Recluse, like those,
We cannot.
obviously,
We just don't have to say the names. Like we can just
kill them. We kill those. But if I see other kinds of spiders, like I will just put them on a piece of paper and walk them outside.
Oh my God.
Like I can't.
God, I
like
can't
I
think
can't.
about this. I can't even talk about it. I can't even talk about it.
However, like when I lived in New York City, bitch, I had no idea that the rat problem in New York City was as bad as it is. And
Yeah.
holy shit. Like, I think I'm tough. Oh, I think I'm a tough bitch. Dude, anytime. I don't even give a fuck who I was with. While I was around maybe classmates or people that I wanted to think I was cool or whatever. Bitch, if I saw a fucking rat on the subway platform, I was shrieking, screaming, jumping
Oh
up
my
on the
God.
benches, like screaming my head off, bloody murder. Like, fuck rats,
Yeah.
dude.
New York is
can't with
wild
their-
for them. You're never
can't
more
with
than
their-
4 feet away from a rat when you're in New
From
York.
like a
at
rat
any
the size
time.
of a fucking cat. And like,
Yeah.
you know what it is? I've realized I just can't. It's the fucking tail, and it's their little hands that look like little tiny human hands. Like I just fuck, kill me, fucking kill me.
Do you find hairless cats cute?
Yes, I do.
Me too. I want one so bad. But it's interesting
too.
that it doesn't cross over. It must be something to do with the nose too, like the pointy. Let's get off
No.
the phobias though, because I'm really scared you're gonna bring up spiders again, and I can't. I will
No, I'm
pee
not.
in
I'm
my
not bringing
chair.
up spiders again. However, I do just
Okay.
want to say that, like, I think that my fear of rats, which is the same fear of like the holes in flesh, it's disease.
Oh, fair. Okay. I
Excuse
see
me.
it.
Yeah.
I see it.
It's disease. It's like
Yeah.
to me, like rats are filthy, disgusting, dirty animals because they can carry
Good.
disease.
I really hope a rat's not listening to this. Like, say sorry for that. They're
Okay,
so
I will say this.
cute.
I will say this. When I have seen people's pet rats, like domestic rats,
Okay, yeah.
I can stomach it and I can think it's cute.
Okay.
But it's the fucking sewer rats that I'm
Sure.
talking about. Like
I can maybe wrap my head
diseased-
around I can maybe wrap my head around a pet tarantula. Now saying the word tarantula makes me want to rip my teeth out, but I'm more likely to be okay with it. Like God forbid Wednesday wants one. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, like the closest
don't
adoption
ever-
home.
don't-
Like I don't know if we still drop kids
Still
off
live
at
with me.
churches.
How about I just get a pet tarantula and she can visit it whenever she wants?
I have friends that work at the fire station. I'm going to ask them if it's okay if I drop her off there, should she decide she wants a pet tarantula. But I could probably wrap my head around that more than I can any of them running around free.
And you know why I think you feel that way? because tarantulas are fuzzy.
It could be. I think it's the leg. I can't really talk about this or think it because I'm thinking about them now. But anyways, back to why I was right about everything ever in all history. I've always said that if someone is scared of spiders, they're probably not scared of snakes. I've never really said the rat thing before, I'm going to be honest, because it's just never been on my radar of a fear, because who would be? But it's also like flipped, right? Anyone I've met who's been scared of snakes has never been scared of spiders. Now there's a third one to add, so I can do a little bit more field research with that. There must be something there. Do you know why? Like when you brought that trifecta up?
It's just an inherent, like I said, it's an evolutionary trait that we have as human beings, like being afraid of the dark. That's like in everybody because you can't see, and when you can't see, you don't know what's going on, and that's why you're scared. And then I think the rat, snake, spider thing, it's like one's a mammal, one's a reptile, and one's an arachnid / insect.
Sure.
So you're covering like 3 different categories of creatures. All of them, like I said, are just like this inherent fear that we have as humans because it's to keep us safe.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would argue that it's probably like in our DNA to be afraid of holes in flesh. Because like you said, it's like sore
disease,
or like disease, right? Rats, spiders, snakes, because a spider or a snake, depending on what it is venomous. So it's like, it'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And then the rats carry disease, so that can fucking kill you.
True.
So
the spider thing is so intense for me. I was born in Australia, so maybe
where spiders are literally the size of a fucking football. Yeah,
like that country is ran by its fucking spiders, right? I can't even talk about spiders anymore. Maybe we should consider. Maybe we should do a deeper dive one day into phobias and talk about all sides of that. I have a really, really good headline. This one might be my favorite. My favorite. Trail of candy wrappers leads police to suspected burglary ring in Georgia. And it's literally exactly what it sounds like. This is such a good story. One of the 9 thieves allegedly enjoyed the bag of stolen candy on a walk home through the woods following a burglary. This was literally a few days ago.
Okay. Couldn't wait for Halloween to get free candy, but all right.
Georgia police arrested 9 people accused of burglarizing multiple homes and cars in the area after following a trail of discarded Milky Way, not sponsored, candy wrappers directly to one accused burglar's mobile home.
The fucking breadcrumb trail you've literally left.
Like, if fucking stupid was walking around, it's these guys. The bag of Milky Ways was just one of several items stolen from the home of an unnamed victim, including clothing, 4 guns, ammo, a chainsaw, and anxiety pills. You took the meds? I mean, come on.
Somebody needs those.
Somebody literally needs them more than ever. They just came home and their whole fucking place is robbed.
More than ever. Yeah.
Oh,
are you kidding? Sometimes I think about like home invasion stuff sometimes, and
oh my god, it lives in my head forever.
But not even like yeah, no shit. Okay, because it's like one thing to be home when something like that happens, but imagine coming home.
Oh,
to
I have.
Your shit just be. You have.
I have a story time for you. Literally, I got robbed.
Let's do it.
I wasn't an adult. I was still. I was really young. So I was like maybe 12. Because my brother was about 6, and he was really into his video games. He had an Xbox. He had a shit ton of games. We had 2 hamsters. That's not related. I just remember it. I'm just like picturing the house, right? So we had 2. His room was right next to my room. Mm-hmm. And he had his fucking Xbox in there, his games. He had like a little bunk bed. His room was so cute. All his shit, his Legos, whatever. My room was like purple and pink, just tits, like always styling. My room's always been dope. And then like kind of down the hallway, it was a small house, but it was tall, like they all are over there. Then mom's room, then the bathroom. And I remember this house did not have a shower. It only had a bath, which drove me it drove me insane. Anyway, so we went to Ischia. We went to Italy, Calabria, and we were gone for probably maybe a week and a half or so. And we came home, and there was very clear dirty footsteps, like something out of a fucking cartoon. Footsteps that went all through the house. So there was some marijuana missing, and then upstairs you could literally follow these fucking footsteps. You could see the dirt. I don't know how much dirt you could have possibly had on your shoes to make it last like something literally out of like like a cartoon. It was crazy. They led into my brother's room. Of course, his all his video games and all that shit was gone. He was so bummed. Like, he was so, because that shit wasn't cheap. Like,
and it's not cheap, but for somebody 6 years old, that must be like devastating.
Yeah, because that was like his favorite. Like, oh, I feel so bad. And then, anyways, so they go into his room, and then you see the steps fucking skip my room and go into Mum's room, right? And she had some stuff missing. I'm not going to say exactly what it was because it's a little inappropriate. But I think we're all adults here. You can probably figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, sponsored by Adam and Eve, right?
Some adult themed things were missing.
Yeah. And her game console was stolen. Let's put it that way.
And it was devastating for her. But yeah, I think that sort of thing is just so violating. Like, the space that you,
it felt so gross.
Yeah.
It felt really gross. I feel like it's happened another time. Oh, okay. It has happened another time before, but not really quite the same thing. Maybe I'll tell that story another time. But anyways, turns out this house that was robbed, this is just speculation, right? But we were trying to put the pieces together as to who did it because the house was not torn up. They knew exactly where everything was, right? So kind of by process of elimination, you're like, it's somebody
that's even
I know.
Grosser. Oh my God.
Somebody that I know.
More upsetting.
Yeah. So the fact that my room was skipped, who the fuck do you think knew the person?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know for sure. You're like, who is it?
Is it you?
No, it was me the whole time. Ew. Wait, that's so fucked up when you think about what was stolen. Ew.
That's gross. But yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, I've never had anything like that happen in my life. However, like, my own father would like to take my things when I was a kid. So that's the only kind of similar instance of the feeling of violation and like disrespect, you know?
Yeah, it is gross. It was just as gross the second time, but that's a story time for another time. I have our final headline for Morning Brew, and I figured we would finish off this segment with one that's going to make you really fucking mad. So I'm excited to do that. Are you ready?
Yay! I'm always ready to be upset and mad.
The glasses that Jeffrey Dahmer wore in prison go on sale for $150,000 fucking dollars.
Wow.
Yeah. And what's more is the person that is, it gets way worse. There's an online store that specializes in murder paraphernalia and is hoping to capitalize on the sudden burst of interest in the murderer by putting his glasses that he wore in prison up for sale. The sudden interest part really makes my skin crawl.
Just because Netflix released a series,
Yeah, and there's even a quote in this article, and I've seen a few things about this. I guess Jeffrey's father, I guess nobody, right? I wouldn't call Jeffrey's father this, but the victims have spoken out. The families of the victims have spoken out and said that nobody ever asked them. Netflix never asked them if they could do that. Never asked them how they felt about doing any of this. I have a quote here actually from one of the sisters of the victims, and she was talking specifically about the Netflix show that came out. She said, "When I saw some of the show, it bothered me, especially when I saw myself. When I saw my name come across the screen and this lady saying verbatim exactly what I said, it brought back all the emotions I was feeling back then. I was never contacted about the show. I feel like Netflix should have asked if we mind or how we felt about making it. They didn't ask me anything. Right. They just did it, which is absolutely disgusting on its own. But this guy, this person, whoever this may be, has a whole website. Absolutely disgusting. You can be someone who's interested in true crime, like we
Which
are.
I am. I love listening to true crime podcasts and
100% into that too.
Tiny little tangent here, but it's like I hate phrasing it this way, but it's like I got into serial killers like when I was in high school, like after my freshman year of high school, during the summertime when I didn't have classwork to work on, I was doing a lot of research and reading on, like the big names, Dahmer, Bundy, all those very disgusting shit piles. But Dahmer's stuff was like, his case is like, that was the most fascinating to me because of the cannibalism aspect of it all. Yeah. But I would never say like, oh, I love Jeffrey Dahmer, or like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's not. I'm
there's
fascinated.
A huge difference.
It's a morbid curiosity, yes, and there's a
Exactly.
huge difference between being fascinated by something disgusting and you know it's disgusting versus romanticizing it. And I'm sure you've seen all the memes and stuff lately online of people like dressing like Dahmer, or like even Bundy, like when the Zac Efron Bundy one came out, it's like everybody was talking about Bundy again, and it's like these people,
it's so frustrating too, because then you have these girls that were like they're like, even when they were like first arrested, there's like letters upon letters upon letters of literal love letters from people, from women that are like lusting after these guys. There's a certain word for that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is right now. I've heard it on some of the true crime podcasts that I've listened to.
When someone likes serial,
or not even just serial killers, but it's like people in prison.
It's called like hybristophilia. Yeah, that's what it is. That's so it's like fucked up. And I feel like that's like the crossing of the line. Like, obviously you're an individual, you can do whatever you fucking want to do with your life. But just know that if you're one of these hybrilific whatever, I forgot the fucking word. I just looked it up. Hybristophilia. Why am I so dumb? Anyways, I judge you, hybristophiliacs. I judge you for it. I also judge you for my stupidity because I'm so fucking irritated by it right now. Look at this. Magazine. Jeffrey Dahmer magazine. Prison magazine. One magazine, $225 fucking dollars. Pay $225 fucking dollars to get a life. Look at this. Absolutely insane. Some of the shit is sold out too. Like, imagine paying that much for some shit. Like,
no.
Absolutely disgusting. And it frustrates me too that they cast these arguably kind of objectively hot guys to play these roles, and then are fucking surprised when people romanticize.
Right. I mean, I've always been really into Evan Peters.
Oh my god.
I think that man is beautiful.
Smash 100%.
But smash, dude.
He's not on my list.
That up. However, yeah, no, you're right. It's like the casting of these arguably conventionally attractive people in these roles for these gross murderers. Because like Dahmer and Bundy, none of them are handsome. None of these fucking assholes. Like, have you seen Richard Ramirez? That motherfucker is scary looking.
Did you know that his breath smelled so bad? He had something going on. Yeah, and it made his breath stink like actual like dirty butthole. Yeah. And you know what really I've watched all of these last interviews, right? I've watched all, like, I'm fascinated again, just like you, with true crime. Would I go anywhere near them? No. Would I like have a family?
Do I want to have a baby? No.
Not at all. But it's like an interest between like a path that I would have gone down should I not be as into like fashion and shit that I am. And I really considered actually doing this recently, is like forensic psychology or criminal psychology. Very interested in that kind of thing. It is. And then as well, like the law is fucking interesting. It's just like cool to know that shit. So that's kind of where the interest in true crime. I am a morbid ass bitch. Like, I can't even lie about that. I'm fucking morbid.
I'm a morbid ass bitch too, dude. So I get it. It's like, you know, I think that the fascination, especially when I was young and like fascinated by it all, is more like And it's more like understanding that these people don't have something I don't have that makes them capable of these acts. In fact, it's the opposite. They are lacking. But they're lacking something, which is empathy.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's what makes it so interesting, is that conversation of like, you're a monster. I think we've talked about this before. People dehumanizing serial killers, murderers, like all that stuff by saying
you're not a monster.
You're not. You're a person. They're people, and they did these things.
And this is what everybody can be capable of.
They're all capable of it. I'm capable of it. You're capable of it. So it comes down to figuring out like what can be done or how to deal with things, and then also how to like what to do after, you know what I mean? Like, I think that for any of these guys to have gotten these fucking love letters that they were sent, what are you guys fucking doing at the jail? Like, why are you, because I know you're reading this shit. I know there's probably like a right that's like maybe there's like some kind of law or like you have the right to your mail or some shit. I don't really know what it is.
But the mail gets reviewed before it gets
submitted
to them.
So I know that they're reviewing it. So why are these murderers and serial killers getting fucking love letters? Like, why are they allowed to do that? Like, why are they allowed to read these things and see the support?
Well, I think that the only things that they screen for, like when they're, reading inmates' mail, is like plans of escaping or plans of this or like whatever. But I think that, you can't stop people from
talking to each other,
sharing how they feel.
I guess it's a freedom, free
of
speech thing. Yeah. I know that I had a friend in prison. He's kind of like a stepbrother. And apparently, I don't know, like, I don't really remember. Like, for some reason, there's just, like, weird parts of, like, me trying to remember things in the past. Like, there's blocks. But anyways, I feel like I remember being told when writing letters to him that you couldn't have any profanity in there, like, in the letters that you're writing. And I think they might even go through and, like, scribble them out. That could just be specific to this state.
Censor it.
Yeah. Okay. That is all I have for the morning brew.
Drip Eliante, pulling up, feeling like Harry Belafonte. Look at my racks, feel like Serena went from the back. Swing, pull like Jim, waves on swim, and a rock Timbs with the tech. Butterfly doors on the Tesla, I ain't spend shit on gas.